Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with the IoT network architecture and design. It comes inside your first module, but the second chapter. So you can get the questions from this IoT network and architecture. I will be letting you know what will be the questions and how you are going to write down the answers. So the index goes like this. Uh, First thing we are going to cover up with your drivers behind the new network architectures, and then we are going to start with your constraints, devices, and networks. Then we are going to compare the IoT architectures with some of the simplified IoT architectures. Then we are going to do the core IoT functional stack. And the last one will be your IoT data management and computing the stack. Okay. So now let's go to the first one, that is your drivers behind new network architectures. Before going inside to these drivers behind new network architecture, the first thing is we'll just see what happens in your IoT network architectures and how we are going to have the proper design whenever we will have any kind of your projects in hand. Okay, so the first thing is we should have the detailed architectural plans. So the detailed architectural plan consists of your good idea and the cost whatever is going to bear. Okay, and there will be prescribed some of the law where it has to like follow the rules and regulations before having the architectural plans. Fine. So now the next thing is, suppose you can have this IoT network architecture in terms of your constructions, and also you can have these things in any kind of your projects maintenance, all these things. So here what we are going to use is we have some seismic events where we are going to use the information technology system. Also you can say in other way that this is called as your network earthquakes. Okay, so here this one will have some of the attacks. That attacks is known as your distributed denial of services, and here there it will show you the future growth requirements whatever should be there to have this kind of your network architectures. So these kind of things it will have a term of your, like in a term of your challenges, where it in IT organizations and all, if there will be any network outage or if there will be no growth, then how they are going to address all these attacks. Okay, so that is the major things happens in our IoT network, to for which we are going to build up. So there will be some it will have some responsibility. Okay, on what basis it will have some responsibility? In terms of your operational technology, last time I have told you about the convergence of IT and OT. So definitely it will have the knowledge on the IT and OT, that is information technology and operational technology. So after that it will have some enterprise IT network architecture. So by using all these things, it's going to design your IoT network architectures. Fine. So the first one comes like this, that is your drivers behind new network architecture. So what happens here? Here we are going to utilize the OT, that is your operational technology. So that technology comes under your OT network drive. Okay, so what things it's going to do? It will have some of the core industrial business operations, and also it will have some kind of your characteristics and constraints where it cannot support your IT network architectures. So here that the major thing it's going to do is it is going to implement the IT network architecture over your OT network drive. Fine. So here another thing also, what happens, it's going to compare all the architectural things in variety platforms, and it's going to give you the difference in between the IT and OT. So here you can see I have already written the points in my slides. In the first point, while IT system will be very much of concern towards the reliable data transfer, because if the network will not be proper, you cannot send the reliable data, and you can't get the continuous support from your business applications. So how you're not going to get, because always the IT system are emphasized towards your email. You have to send your emails, you have to go through your web, you have to go through your database, CRM systems, and like this, right? So if we don't get the reliable network structure, then definitely there will be a disturbance in terms of our business applications. And the business applications consist of your emails, database, CRM systems, and all, right? So whatever the data will generate from here, the huge data, it cannot be saved by using your sensors. Okay, how we are going to utilize the data and all. So there will be a 100 percentage drivers should be there behind the network, which will be act to transport your data, to collect your data, to analyze your data and all. So that is the reason we should have the OT drives behind our IT networks. Okay, behind our IT networks, that's the first thing we should remember that. And that is a very important thing. We will have only the front end idea that okay, the IT networks and all, how it is working, but the behind drivers are also plays a very vital role in terms of your in this kind of your applications. Okay, and this is one example which I wanted to give. Moving towards your next slide, here you can see I have some IoT architectural challenges. Okay, these challenges, how it's going to happen. The first, you can get the question of some around 6 marks to find out the IoT architectural drivers challenge. Okay, this kind of questions generally it comes in your exam. So you have to understand the points. Last class also I have told you how the key points to remember the challenges, there will be common points. Okay, so if you understand the common points, you can write it and elaborate your answers. So here the first challenge comes like your scale. So now what do you mean by scale? The scale is nothing but it will be like your you can say IoT endpoints, where it will be connected with your very large system of your IT networks. Okay, so how we can get the huge amount of scaling things from this. So how, what all are the changes are required in our IoT architecture, so that we can get the massive scale points. So what we want, we should have the more IPv4 address space. We know already IPv4, IPv6 and all. So we should have the IPv4 address space to enrich your scalability requirement. Fine. And also if you have this, because IPv4 is the version 4, suppose if you have the version 6, IPv6, then also it will be more accurate to find out your scalability. So that time you can use all the new features which IPv4 is not supporting, but your IPv6 is supporting. You can utilize all the features. The example, one of the example is like NAT, that is network address translation. All these key points you know. So while writing the answer about the scale, you should describe what you mean by scale, and then what the scale is having, and what all are the changes you can make to have the IT architecture in a good point value. That things you can add over here. Okay, so that is the first thing of your challenge. Second challenge will be your security. So see, these common points you will get everywhere in all the most of the challenges. So here this security challenge, what it will have, how we can provide the security towards our IoT device. Okay, you can understand from this point what all are the things we are going to provide towards your IoT devices. So here we should have some wireless sensor network. Okay, and which can expose to the world, so that we can have the security. So what all other things is not there in your IoT architecture? See, security is very much important in the IoT network, because we were accessing everything through your IoT network. Okay, So wherever there will be two node points, and if there will be no authentication in between the two node points in terms of your encryption or decryption, then definitely anyone can attack, right? That is your denial of services. If you have, you can apply also. So attackers can attack it, so that will be no big deal into that. But what you are going to do, how you are going to deploy this, you have to apply some of the deployment model. So one of the deployment model is zero touch. So that also you can have to get this security in a major way. Okay, so that is one more challenges. So what is the next challenges you have? That is your devices and networks constrained by power, CPU, memory, and link speed. So this is your one more challenge. So in this challenge, what will happen is we will have the massive scale of your and longer distance. Due to that, we cannot capable of supporting all the data rates. Like whenever we will send any kind of your packets or message, if there will be no proper data rates, then we won't be able to get that data, right? The huge amount of data. If I am sending a very small amount of message or something, maybe by using the less speed of network it can reach. But if I want to send the huge amount of data, then definitely to the longer distance where the network scalability won't be proper, then that time it has to support my networking things, and then only I can send all the data by using the data rates. So what is not there in your IoT architecture? In your IoT architecture, here by using these IoT devices for over your longer distances, what will happen is you can modify your networking system into your, like you can go for your transport layer or you can go for your network layer. If you have your traditional network layer, you can convert it into your transport mechanism, and you can send the huge amount of data by using the minimal data rates. Okay, so our main aim should be there that if someone is not having the proper network connectivity, still then the data should reach into that without losing any packets or any message, right? So that is a first thing where we have to change the IoT architecture. Got it. So the next one will be we have some more challenges. Next challenges will be where we can generate the massive volume of data. Okay, how we can generate on daily basis? We will have, due to some network bottlenecks or some slow analytics power of your clouds, the sensors will be unable to generate the huge amount of data in daily basis. You know that sometimes we used to keep all the storage, right? We used to generate everything on a daily basis also, on monthly basis also. But when we will access the cloud, that time there will be a huge amount of data if we are going to access in 15 days once or monthly once. So it is better that to access all the data in daily basis. Okay, then what all are the things won't be there in your IoT architecture? So in your IoT architecture, there will be a term called edge cloud. Okay, so throughout this IoT network and from this edge to cloud, what will happen is in your traditional IoT IT networks, it won't be able to analyze and the application won't be able to run on your cloud. Okay, so that cause due to your network bottlenecks. So we can avoid all these things by using the algorithm called data analytics, and which will be able to keep all the distributed data in a proper way inside your edge cloud. That is a way where we can keep our data or we can have the changes in our IoT architecture. The next one you can see here, that is your support for legacy devices. So legacy devices is nothing like wherever you are using the non IP devices. So it is going to rely on your serial or proprietary protocols. Fine. So this one will be the collection of your modern capabilized IP endpoints. So that is also known as your legacy devices. And these things and all is present inside the IoT network. So here what happens is So if you in your IoT architecture, this part of your devices is not present, so there are many years over where it's not able to support our protocol translations, or you know that there is a mechanism called tunneling. So it won't support this tunneling mechanism to support our legacy protocols. And like you can take the example as your Ethernet or IP based protocols. So these things can be implemented inside your IoT architecture by using the process which is known as your digital transformations. Fine. So this is one more way of having the changes inside your IoT architecture. The next one and the last one is your need for data to be analyzed in real time. So, what all are the data we should have to analyze in our real time so that we will not waste our time analyzing the unwasted data? Okay. So we have the IT network platform, okay, and which will be a like batch processing of data. In batch wise, we need to process our data to avoid the ignorance of data or to avoid to lose any kind of your data. Okay, so that was the traditional based where we have to analyze the data and we have to respond in real time based thing. So what are the changes we can do? We can have the analytics software, okay, where we can monitor all the data to the edge, and we can support the real time streaming of your data. So if we will have the real time streaming analytics instead of your batch processing of data, then definitely our analytics software will have the major role while changing the IoT architectures. We have some traditional IT analytics software, which is also known as your Hadoop. Already you know these things, and you can say that it can be your relational databases. So that things and all are better uh, comparing to your batch level analytics. Okay, so these changes also can be happen inside your IoT architectures. So we have some 6 points where we have explained about the 6 points and the changes requirement of that 6 points. So this question can come for your 6 marks, where you can write these answers in a point wise. You can make a tabular session and you can write the answers. Okay, so today this is all about your, I have explained you all about your IoT network architectures. So in the next class, I will be starting with your scale and security points. Okay, we will see how exactly we want the scale and how we can provide the security and all. Fine. So with this, I will be winding up for today's class. Hope you people have understood this. Thank you.